get there. Okay, guys, my young lazy self would be really amazed. This lazy self that my parents used to beg to go to class, talking before you guys here at a school, talking about entrepreneurship. That's really amazing, all right? So I'm here to talk about opportunities, all right? Entrepreneurship, literally there's the word entrepreneur in there, all right? It's become a very fashionable world. You could hear it online, YouTube, whatever you go, you see entrepreneurship. It's been glamorized. It's become very fashionable, okay? But before talking about entrepreneurial opportunities, okay, let's talk about the entrepreneurship part. Entrepreneurship is not some kind of wishful thinking or some school you've attended, all right? It's something you are or you're not. That's my definition of entrepreneurship, all right? Or you're so hungry to be that you're ready to do whatever it takes to acquire, all right? So I've been myself an entrepreneur for the past 20 years. I've been very, humbly speaking, between North America and now in Morocco. I'm here to talk about my experiences. I'm not here to give no roadmap to success. I'm not here to give no advices to nothing, but I'm merely telling you exactly some insights and experiences from my personal journey, all right? An entrepreneurial spirit is an arsenal of attributes. You know, it seeks change, impact, personal growth, get out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? It seeks so many things, mostly looking confident all throughout the way and trying to make some money because you want to live from your entrepreneurship, right? Third, a successful entrepreneur, guys, is an entrepreneur that's opportunistic. A lot of people would say, oh, opportunistic. Yeah, you don't use that in a personal setup, but opportunistic in business, I am definitely an opportunistic type of guy in business, okay? You need to be an opportunistic guy and seize the opportunities if you want to be in business. That's just the way it is, all right? So I want to make, when I be asked to do this talk, I was like, how can I break it down in a few points, okay? I want to make it so simple so it makes sense to you guys the way I understand it. When I work in my company with my collaborators, I am known to operate through KISS, not the KISS, but keep it stupid simple. I keep things in a very stupid simple. I like to talk about things the way I'd like people to talk to me about, like a baby. Let's break it down. So I'm going to be hovering over 5 points. Ideation. Every business starts with an idea, right? Every aspiring entrepreneur has an idea. But ask yourself, is my idea a business opportunity? Is it worth a business? Does it solve a problem? I know we have some very successful entrepreneurs today that actually solving some big problems. And actually, I'm very proud to see things coming out of here, out of Morocco. I started making some videos where I'm promoting the Made in Morocco because it's not just a good. You know, business are ideas or goods. It's either a service or a product, okay? You can enter a new business and disrupt it. Sorry, an existing business and disrupt it. Or build a new business and go the extra mile, try to position yourself, build something out of that. Business is so simple, guys. It's literally detect your audience, know who they are, detect their need, fulfill their need, make money. If you execute properly, okay? That's not a talk. I'm not here to talk about execution. So let's talk an example about WhatsApp. Everybody has WhatsApp. You know that WhatsApp came out of a very stupid, simple idea. The owner, Jan Koon, the founder, created WhatsApp just to solve his own problem. It's about solving problem, guys. His problem was to connect back home with his family in the US while being in Argentina. He never it was like, I want to build $1 billion company and sell it to Facebook. That was never the idea of WhatsApp. It was to create, to solve his own problem. And look what WhatsApp has become. You know, opportunities can come through law change. I'd like to talk about the Moroccan case. You know, they're legalizing cannabis. It's been illegal for years. Pharmaceutical use, obviously, not recreational. You know, there's a global trend around the world where people are legalizing. I was living in Canada at that time, and they were talking about Morocco is going to be legalizing just the bill going through the parliament. And I was already trying to solve a problem, picking up the phone, calling my friends in Canada and saying, guys, they were in pharma. How can we position you in TFZ, in danger-free zone, so you can start processing the product right here, sending it back to Europe because of the proximity, okay? This is opportunities. When there's a law that changes, there's an opportunity. You're gonna seize it, all right? And sometimes timing in business. Sometimes the timing is not right. You can have the best business in the world. It's not the time. What do you think Uber started like 10 years, 30 years ago? It wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. There's no technology, there was no infrastructure, there was no architecture. Does that make sense? Okay? So Uber and Airbnb were created, literally, the owners created the business after the meltdown, the crash meltdown. They wanted to help, initially, people make money. They become multi-billion-dollar companies today. All right? Alert to problems. See, when I said you gotta be an entrepreneur, you gotta look at life from the lens of an entrepreneur. You don't look at things the same way. Some people see problems, some others see opportunities. And problems, you're gonna see problems every day. All right? So seeing problems, opportunities is one of the key points for an entrepreneur. Example, I could talk every point, I'll be talking about all the business endeavors I've started. Some failed. By the way, I love failing. That means I start. That means I go head on into projects and I learn every time. So during COVID, I was launching a maritime line, a shipping line. I know nothing about shipping, but I spotted an opportunity, political problem between Morocco, Agadir, and Senegal. And we were ready. We raised millions of dollars to bring a ship with investors from Europe. We locked the ship, we brought the money, but COVID hit. Thank God. We didn't lose money. I would have lost everything. During COVID, we were talking about vaccine. Again, solving problems, alert to opportunities. I was hearing about vaccine trials. I was already on the phone calling my friends back in Russia to bring a licensing deal back in Morocco with a Moroccan local pharma to produce the vaccine locally. They're just opportunities, guys. Some of them didn't work because some other people were faster than me. All right? Networking, guys, your network is your net worth. Your value is literally your network. You cannot do nothing with no network. And your network needs to be nurtured. You gotta ask yourself, why would my network do business with me? Why me? What value add do you bring into the table? You know, you could talk about business all day long, but you cannot do things on your own. Does that make sense? I don't believe I can do things on my own. I'm always working with people that are better than me. I'm always branding by association. I'm always with people that can teach me things. I don't know everything, and I don't want to know everything. If I know everything, I'm in the wrong room. All right? I want people to be better than me so I can learn something. Your network, guys, you got to ask yourself, build your credibility. Build your credibility with social media. I was talking to someone earlier. We live in 2024. It's so easy to reach out to so many people. If you get some good content, something to talk about, so easy to talk to people. So you need to really work on your legitimacy. People don't do business with people they hate. People do business with people they like. People do business with people they love. People do business with people they admire. They don't do business with people that, I don't think he can do much with me. Just the perception of you might make you a winner or a loser in business, not in real life. Example, you know that example of a friend that has a friend who's got a friend whose uncle is an investor, and I'm looking for investments. If you're good at networking, I'm the product of my network. For the last 20 years, I ended up doing businesses, which I'm gonna explain to you guys, because I like visuals. I don't like blah, 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 blah. I hate too much theory. Talk to me about things that you can talk about. I will talk to you about my losses and about winnings, all right? So all my networks basically, I'm a master networker. That's what I'm telling you. If I can find a way not to network for free, I will network the proper way, and it's a win-win. People will see value in me. If they see value in me and I see value in them, I will work with them. That's the way, guys, you create opportunities. Whatever you're selling, service, product, you need to be a good networker. Okay, so for example, this is, in terms of network, this is a CEO of a major Hong Kong firm in New York, where I spent like 11 years between Canada and New York. I was mission and mandated to look for $500 million plus opportunities with these guys. All of these were networks. I was living in North America, it was in Hong Kong. I was cold calling people sometimes because I wanted to build my network at a very high level, okay? Attitude, guys, your attitude is your altitude. Your attitude is your altitude. You have a bad attitude, nothing's gonna work. Why? There's gonna be a lot of failures. I fail more than you succeed. You're gonna fail. People think, oh, I have an idea, I have a business, I will succeed and live from it. No. Your first will be a loss. Your second will be a loss. Your third will be a failure. But are you gonna keep quitting every time, or are you gonna go from failure to failure with the same amount of excitement? All right, so EQ versus IQ, that's the best part, guys. I think some people might hate me now. EQ is for emotional quotient. IQ is for intellectual quotient. Guys, thank God we have ChatGPT 4, ChatGPT 5. They just cancel any IQ. You don't need to know nothing, but you ask ChatGPT and it will give you the answer. Does that make sense? I'm telling you one thing, guys. Emotional quotient, machine can never take over. Emotions are for people. It's not for the machine. It can never have a heart. So let me tell you one thing. When you have a business, when you have a company is a paper at an accountant office. A company is a logo. It's a website that you can can make with Indians back in India for $20, $30. Does that make it a company? No. What makes it a company is how you deal with people. It's people dealing with people. You're talking to people on a daily basis. Does that make sense? So you have to know how to talk emotions. You have to know how to touch people's heart. You have to know how to move these people. So EQ over IQ. Don't become, I hire people in my company, and you know what? Most of the time, I don't even read their resumes. I ask them 5 questions. And if the answer right, we're like, you know what? I'm going to give you a shot. Because of the emotion. I like to work with people that can bring the frequency high. I like high frequency, high vibes. All right? Example in real estate. I'll tell you guys, I was a capital raiser. I raised almost $1 billion in my lifetime over the last, I'd say, I don't know, 10 or 12 years in real estate. Let me tell you a story. All right? I was 27 at that time. I'm 39 today. I don't look it, but I'm 39. Yeah, getting old. So, let's go back to what's important. 27, I want to break into real estate, but not just any real estate. For me, real estate was like selling an apartment. No. Commercial real estate. I wanted to brand by association. Ask myself, do I want to spend 10, 20, 30 years building my network, building my legitimacy, or do I want to work with someone who's got a heavy name that's going to break me from here, boom, to here? I was like, I'll take the second option. All right? So what I've done, I started cold calling. Cold calling is you know nothing about the guy. You got to sell yourself over the phone. See, when I say your attitude, it's your business card. What does he know? Somebody could call him from Qatar and say, hey, man, I got money for you. Is he going to say no? Never. So I acted with my business card, with which attitude, and I cold called people in Vancouver and Toronto, major cities. I was living in Montreal back then, and I just, hey, I was speaking to assistant, so I had literally 10 seconds to get her to take me an appointment. Long story short, today we closed tens of millions of dollars worth of business with some who I still work with today. And it was not even a relationship. So this is points that I live by, guys. This is things that I use on a daily basis in my business. That's why I thought really, really, really hard on how I can give you some stuff that I use on a daily basis, all right? And also, not just on the positive side, on the negative side, before going, Lotus Capital is a trading firm, one of its first companies that do trading in Morocco with international clients. Before going in there, we lost $1 million in a week, me and my partners. So I could tell you one thing, it makes you want to quit. It makes you doubt. So we wake up and we give our money to a banker who lost our money. But no, we took it from the right side. We stood back, we're like, we're going to build this the right way. And then Lotus Capital got created. So sometimes the best businesses come from big failures. Taking action. I love this point. If you're not taking action, guys, it's not going to work. Whatever business you have, whatever opportunity you have, if you're not making those calls, if you're not going out there, knocking on those doors, getting these clients, it's not going to work. Okay? Procrastination. I hate when somebody says tomorrow. What do you have that's more important than your goals? What's important? Tell me. Nothing. So I choose me first, which means goal first. You want to go sleep? Great. That means you're a wishful thinker. You don't really want it. So I don't know what tomorrow means. It's not on my agenda. It's today. All right? Analysis paralysis. The more somebody says, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I'm not going to say the L word, but trust me, you're not thinking about it. You're thinking about reason not to do it. Next, example. Personal relationship, guys. You're with the girl. You like her. She likes you. I love you. You love me. You're my oxygen. You're this, you're that. And then you've been with her for a year, and nothing happens. You don't end up marrying the girl of your life. You know why? Because you're not taking action. You got to take action. I met my wife after a month, and I told her, you're my wife. You just don't know it yet. And she's my wife today. All right? Guys, we also launched a business today that is booming in Portugal. I launched a fintech. Guys, I know nothing about fintech. Let me put you in a situation. I'm almost done. I was in Luxembourg with friends of mine. By the way, all my friends, my network of people I deal with, I cannot have friends outside my business. People think I'm lying. People think I'm faking it. No. If you know me, I'm real. I tell you things the way they are. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's black, it's black. If it's white, it's white. We don't try to look good for people. We should try to do what's good for us, but your network is so important. You need to feed off good energy. So I was sitting down with these people in Luxembourg, and we're talking about this large transaction. And he's like, the bank doesn't want to transfer the money. KYC, AML problem. Banks are slow. When it's a lot of money in real estate, banks are scared. And I was like, man, let's build a bank. It was like, what do you mean build a bank? So I was like, let's build a bank. I didn't know nothing about building bank. I started calling lawyers, talking to people in fintech. Guess what? Story short, we raised millions of dollars. I built the business plan right here in Casablanca with a team of consultants right here. Now I can't say the name. The digital bank is booming. Like Revolut is in Portugal, but it's Moroccan-based. I was one of the co-founders. It came out of a story. It came out of a joke, and today it's an operating business. Okay, guys, I want to conclude with this, okay? What does it take to be an entrepreneur? It's very simple. Be relentless. Be relentless. You're going to have failed a lot of times, okay? I am pushing the Made in Morocco today because I believe there's so much thirst in this country. It's just we're not channeling it the right way. We're not meeting for the right reasons. We're not, you know what I mean? So the thing is, you need to be fearless. You need to think long-term. And you got to stop asking for approval, guys. When you want to do a business, I know most of you will ask your friends and family. You know what they do? They shut you down. You know why? Because they put their own limitations on you. But it's not their problem, it's your problem. You let them. Yeah, Mom, you love me, I love you, but you know shit about business. You know what I mean? You know about kitchen, but you don't know about business. Okay? I know more. So what I'm telling you guys, stop asking a fat guy on how to lose weight. That's what people do. They go to fat guys and say, oh, how can you lose weight? That's what people do. You gotta stop doing stuff like that. Guys, all these points are part of me. It makes me who I am. I'm Simo Andaloussi. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm co-founder. I'm a founder, by the way. Sorry. I'm a founder, CEO of Lotus Capital, and I also am a collector of good business, bad businesses, successful and unsuccessful. That's it for me, folks. Thank you very much.